and now probably over 100,000 people follow Ivan Mawarire, not just in Zimbabwe, but Zimbabweans living in the diaspora, in the United Kingdom, in the United States. And really, so yesterday was a test to see just how popular he was among local Zimbabweans. And while some who don't have access to social media might not know him very well or understand what the message is about, clearly the numbers that came out yesterday are a demonstration that he does have a following among the majority of or a lot of the Christians in the country. You'll know that Zimbabwe is seen as a Christian country. He's a pastor, and one of the messages that was posted by someone on social media is that an injury to one pastor is an injury not just to other pastors but to the Christian community. And so I think clearly after yesterday, the movement will continue to grow because of the numbers of people that were there.
Let's expand on that point, Shingai. I mean, there was supposed to be another shutdown yesterday as well as today. What has been the response so far? We also know that some Zimbabweans here in Cape Town marched to the embassy to show their support for recalling President Mugabe.
Well, in terms of the shutdown, yesterday was the start of the 2-day stay away that had been called for by Mawarire, as well as some of the other social media campaigners. Many of the people chose to go to work, and we spoke to them. And they said that because of the high levels of unemployment, they are not formally employed. They're own employers, and if they don't go to work, they don't eat. And so in as much as they agree with some of the sentiments about the end to police roadblocks, the end to the import restrictions, as well as to the introduction of the bond note, they say that they can't not to go to work because they need to send their children to school and they need to feed their families.
Now we understand that his release was on a technicality, meaning that if the police do get their facts together, he could still be rearrested. Please elaborate further on that for us. Was there anything they found when they were searching through his house, church, as well as office? Do you know, Shingai?
We're not aware of that. The court case didn't go into that issue. The initial challenge that was brought by his defense lawyer was that he shouldn't have been brought before the courts, and that the court shouldn't, or that the state shouldn't have changed the case against him or the charges against him after it had arrested him. And so there really isn't any indication about what the state wants to present in terms of the evidence that it's found outside of the social media posts that he has put forward. But as you said, he was released on a technicality. The magistrate ruled that he could not be brought to the courts on a charge that he hadn't initially been arrested for. And so the fear among some of the lawyers that we spoke to yesterday is that the state is likely to get its ducks in a row. It's likely to want to arrest him on this more serious charge of wanting to overthrow the government. That could happen soon, or it may not even happen. There really hasn't been an indication, but he is still open to being charged on that more serious charge of trying to overthrow the government.
Thank you so much, Shingai. Keep watching that developing story for us there. That is our report on the scene. Shingai Nyoka, she was on the line to us from Harare, Zimbabwe.